Hello, beautifuls. Alright, today is going to be a very special video. I've decided that, you know what, Cocker Spaniels are really cute. I don't know who that is. 1 second. Yes? Oh, okay, thank you. Alright, it's not Cocker Spaniels. It's something else that, we've got to deal with. Let's hit the intro, and then we're going to discuss this.
I don't do it by the book, no, I do my own thing. That's why every single hook got them singing like me. And I ain't in any rush, cause I'm finally getting paid. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah.
I actually really wish I was talking about Cocker Spaniels. That would be so much more fun. You know what, just to make this a little more pleasant, how about a video of some Cocker Spaniels, just to make your day? I love puppies. I mean, I don't want you thinking of Cocker Spaniels every time you see the title of this book. That would be very unfortunate. Anyway. Oh, yeah. And before I get started, since I have to spend time addressing this nonsense, I'm just gonna do some shameless self-promo. I got a new pop socket. Isn't it cool? Anyway. This whole situation is kind of funny. I laughed a little bit when I saw it, and there were some jokes about copywriting words like sex, dick, the, end, orgasm, cum. I mean, we could copyright all the words and then nobody would be able to use them, right? No. Hell no. Alright, so to give you a brief outline of the situation, the author, I keep having to look up her name because I don't know her. I've never heard of this author before, and the first mention that I hear of this author is of her bullying other authors about the use of the word cocky. Allegedly, of course, before anybody thinks to make a court case out of this video too. Just a little bit of advice. This is a public copyright, so that's a fact. And the copyright is mentioned on the titles on Amazon, so also a fact. The idea of the bullying and the messages sent to the authors, since I will not share their names and they don't want to be public about it at this point, that's all allegedly. Allegedly is a fun word. I'll be using it a lot. Anyway, so the author's name is Faleena Hopkins. Hey, sweetie. We're gonna have a little chat. Faleena Hopkins put a copyright on the word cocky. So that copyright doesn't count for stuff like videos, obviously, because, you know, you can't copyright a word and then say nobody can use it, ever. But she seems to think that copywriting the word cocky means nobody else can have the word in their titles, which is something that I never would have thought to do, because, you know, I'm a decent human being. But I'm not saying she's not. I'm just thinking out loud. But that's seems to be what's happened here. Allegedly, there are copyright notices being sent to authors that have this in their title. Not any of the big name authors, though. I wonder why that is. Mostly authors who don't have the money to pursue this in court. It sounds a lot like bullying. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I wouldn't know, because this is all alleged. But Anyway, so allegedly, this author has contacted a few authors and said, you know what, you having the word cocky in your title is diluting my brand. What? No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. But so we've decided to do our career like that. All right. Authors who treat other authors like that don't do well in this business, because readers don't like seeing bullies stepping all over everyone else. And allegedly, that's what's happening. So allegedly, we're going to have to probably make this a little public. You know, like maybe doing a video about it and discuss it. Now, I'm not sure what the end game is here. Maybe there's a lack of confidence that the book could stand on its, or the series could stand on its own without trying to get rid of every single other book out there that has the word cocky. Again, you can't do that with some of the big name authors. Look up the word cocky. See some of the names there. Names that you'll actually recognize, because they're authors that have been connecting with readers, connecting with other authors, been active in the community, and haven't just suddenly decided that they're, going to step on other people to try and get ahead. The sad thing is, I'm pretty sure the other day I had seen something about an author that was having a movie made of their book. And in any other case, I would have just been happy for them. I would have been like, wow, that's awesome. I hope that it does well. So for anybody thinking, oh, well, you're just jealous, that's why you're making this video, that's why you're calling her out. No. I don't like bullies. And this community is a lot tighter than some people think. We can backstab each other. We can be horrible to each other sometimes. There's all kinds of drama and nonsense. But when it comes to something like this, it sets a disgusting precedent. So yes, we're going to speak up, and you're going to see a lot of authors speaking up, because it's not fair to have some of these smaller authors that don't have the platform, that don't have the resources, feeling like they're completely trapped, feeling like they have to change their titles to avoid a lawsuit. That is the most despicable thing that I've seen happen in a while. And I've seen some pretty despicable things, but this is wow. Anyway, I've seen a few things that concern me, and I wanted to originally mention some of the books targeted, but because the authors, a lot of them are nervous, I don't want to put them in the position where they're connected to something like this without their consent. So to any of the authors affected by this, if you would like to be given a platform, if you would like to make sure that your voice is heard, please reach out to me, or reach out to one of the many other authors that are going to be addressing this. And please know that there are a lot of people willing to raise money if you want to bring this to court, and you have every right and every reason to do this. You could contest this. I understand that some people may not have the time or the energy, or they might not want to deal with this, and I don't blame them at all. But if you do, this isn't going to be on you alone. This isn't going to be you trying to come up with money to fight somebody in court, because you're in the right. You have every right to use a goddamn fucking word that has been used in romance for a long time. You're not alone. So please keep that in mind. Please don't feel like there's nothing you can do. There's a lot you can do, and there are people willing to help you. Anyway, this is going to be another alleged, because it seems the author may be encouraging this, but I haven't seen evidence. So Faleena, if you're watching this, maybe address your readers and let them know that you don't approve of them giving other authors 1 stars for having cocky in their title. I know sometimes readers do stuff on their own and, you can't control that, but readers can be really, really loyal. And if you ask them not to because it makes you look really, really bad, I'm pretty sure they'll stop. But for example, reviews like this, I was very disappointed when I realized this was not part of the ... It was an okay book, but the title leaves one to think this is part of Faleena Hopkins' Cocky series, which it is not. Trading on a popular series is a no-no. The book itself is okay, but the title is misleading and has little to do with the book. Unless the book has, lots of cocks in it. Or, I mean, how do you define whether or not the word cocky has anything to do with the book? That's interesting, to say the least. Anyway, so I'll continue here with this lovely review. I was very disappointed when I realized this was not part of the series. I would give it 1 star, but it was actually not a bad book. Reviews like that. Oh my god. Readers, please don't do shit like that. If you read a book and it was a good book, rate it on that. Don't rate it on thinking you're defending an author for something especially ridiculous like this. Come on. We're all adults here, and you're impacting somebody's career. These are authors who spent months or years writing a book. They came up with a title just like your precious author did. And they didn't do it to profit off of her supposed fame. I've never heard of this person. So, if I decided to name a book Cocky, it would not have anything to do with her. It would be because I think the word is going to work. I mean, personally, no. It won't work for any of my books. But you know what? I might get creative now and just decide that I want to write a book called Cocky. Just cocky. Kind of like this video. Just because you don't silence authors. You don't tell other authors that they can't use a freaking word. That is incredible. I can't. And it's being discussed in some groups, apparently. Allegedly. I mean, I have screenshots, and a lot of people have been coming to me with evidence, but they don't want to be mentioned publicly, so we'll just stick with allegedly. Because, again, I wouldn't want to get sued because I'm very, very afraid of that. Anyway, so apparently there are people discussing in certain groups that her having copyrighted the word is going to stop all the plagiarists. What? Naming a book, using a word in a book title is not plagiarism. What? It seems so far that one, there's a misunderstanding of how copyrights work. 2, that there's a misunderstanding of how basic words work. And 3, there's a basic misunderstanding about how this community works. We're going to clarify that. 1, don't send your readers after anybody. And if your readers go after anybody thinking they're defending you, it's always a good idea to make sure they don't do that. It's not a good look, honey. So let's address that. 2, I think that any authors who were contacted and told that they need to change their title because of this sudden idea that somebody owns a word, I think they're owed an apology, and I hope that they get one. Probably not going to happen, but, ideally, it would. Maybe this is all a misunderstanding because, again, this author hasn't seemed to be very active in the community. So maybe there's a misunderstanding about how all this works. Hopefully somebody will sit down with her and have a conversation. Maybe this will be the conversation that's being had. you have a career that you're building, you want to do it with some integrity. And these actions don't show that. They're unethical. Bullying is not tolerated, and it will be dealt with. So again, any authors that have been impacted by this, please reach out. Please don't be afraid to speak up. Everyone's always saying, I don't want to be part of the drama. I don't want to. This isn't drama. Again, as I addressed in the other video, which I'm not going to mention it too much because I don't want to distract from this, but when people are being bullied, when people's careers are being impacted, that's not drama. Okay, that is a situation that, as in any other career that you're in where you're being harassed or anything like that, it needs to be addressed, and we need to be able to support each other in situations like that. So I hope I'll see the same thing in this situation, and I may be doing more videos about this as it progresses. And I'm disappointed to see this. I'm so sorry to any of the authors that have been impacted by this. Please reach out. I'm going to be around. My inbox is always open. So if you'd like me to give you a platform to have your voice heard, if you want to start a legal fund, I will definitely do a video and share that. And there are a lot of people already speaking up and saying that they'd contribute. So you've got the support behind you. So don't be afraid. We're here. Anyway, before I forget, like, subscribe, ring that little bell, speak up, and I hope you have a great weekend.